Welcome, everyone, to the Locker Room Rant. I'm Tony. With me, as always, John V. and Nico. We're on show number 11, the big 1-1, and we got a hell of a show lined up for you tonight. As always, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button down below. Show us some love, leave us comments, and let us know some topics you want us to get to. We're going to jump right into what is it? What else? What we start with for the last 8 weeks, NBA Finals. Here we go. So the series came back to Milwaukee. Suns were leading 2-0, came back to Milwaukee. Milwaukee punished them in Game 3. What are your guys' thoughts on where the series goes from here? Do you think it's the momentum has changed at all after that beatdown in Milwaukee? We'll start with you, John. I know you're heavy on the Suns. Picked them from day one, and let's hear you first.
Well, I think that the momentum right now is in Milwaukee's favor. I think that Giannis put up 2 back-to-back 40-point games, and I think that he plans on, maybe if he can keep it up, man, he could catch up with Michael Jordan, who had 4 consecutive games in the finals scoring 40 or more. But no, I really believe that the Milwaukee Bucks have the momentum on their side right now. I believe that the rotation is perfect. I think Budenholzer knows what he's doing right now, even though at times when you see him on the sideline, he has this expression that just leaves you curious, like if he has anything up there besides a mouse on a wheel running around. But yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. I think that they know what's going on, man. I think that Devin Booker fell out of rhythm, scored like 10 points, benched early. When did they bench him? Somewhere in the third. Look, I think Milwaukee has gotten into the heads of the Phoenix Suns. And I'm kind of nervous, man. Like I told you guys, I chose the Suns to win this. However, the Greek man in me is pulling for Giannis and the Bucks.
Yanni.
Okay. Yanni. Okay. Sorry about that. Nick, knower of all things. Thank you very much.
I'll tell you what, he's playing like a man possessed right now. He's playing like someone that's like, hop on my back and let me take you guys to the promised land. He's playing like a Greek freak right now, and it's definitely something special to watch. Nick, your thoughts?
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I don't know what to think. I haven't known what to think this entire finals. This entire playoff series. It's been crazy, but once again, the Bucks should win. They're the better team. They should have no problem winning this series.
See, that's where I disagree with you. I disagree with you on that, Nick. I don't believe that the Bucks are all around the better team.
I think
because there's inconsistencies, man. Chris Middleton one game can hit, have a 20-point, 30-point game, and then other days he's got like a dozen points, 4 turnovers, and he's smothered by the defense. So I don't know.
Yanni's better than any person that's on the Suns. Drew Holiday is the perfect player for the Bucks to have on their team. He's a star, but he's also a person who doesn't need to score very often. He's a locked-on defender, and he's pretty efficient in doing.
He's turning the ball over quite a bit before game
Chris
three.
Chris Middleton. You might be able to say Chris Paul and Devin Booker. They might be as good of a top 2, but Chris Middleton is by far whoever you want to say is better, Chris Middleton or Drew Holiday. That's arguable, but either one of those are better than any third player the Suns have. I'd rather have Lopez than Ayton.
Oh, cool! Come on, man.
I would. He's a savvy veteran. Ayton's not really that good.
Ayton's been like a double machine this entire playoffs.
I don't care if he's a double machine. He's going to be a double machine just because he's 7'7", 7'1", and 260. You're going to be double. Can you defend? So I don't think he's a good defender at all. Is he going to come up big? I mean, I know he had that one dunk, but he's not a player that I really rely on.
What dunk?
And your bench and the Bucks bench is better. They're the better team overall, and it's not even close. But for some reason the Bucks they don't feel like a team that I feel thinks they should have it in the bag. They're not a team that's dominant. And
Coach Bud does have a stupid looking face, doesn't he?
Oh, bro, he's like
the Suns
his expressions look like someone pauses the television as he's about to talk. Every expression, like he's in live motion. Like the game is, everything is live, but his expressions look like someone just paused them. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, Nick, you do sound really angry about this, Dan said, and I agree.
I'm not angry.
You're really fired up about you don't even have a dog in the fight. You're pretty fired up about it.
I just feel like the Bucks are the much better team, but the Suns are playing like the better team. Okay? Now they lost last game. I don't agree with John that the momentum's in the Bucks' favor. When you win, yeah, you could say the momentum.
You shut down Devin Booker.
2-1.
You shut down the golden child, so to speak. The
next Kobe. Next Kobe.
For one game.
Come on, bro.
I'm not. Listen, I'll give Devin Booker his props. He's a very good scorer, but as an overall player, I don't think he's necessarily that great.
Okay, well, Nick, he scored 70 points in a game. He's had some 50-point games. He's had some multiple 30 and 40-point games. Like, he's no bum. But the fact of the matter remains is that the Milwaukee Bucks have the momentum in their favor because they have stirred up the Phoenix Suns. They've got in their head. You got to remember something. Chris Paul is the only consistent player on the Suns throughout this entire finals. He's the only one consistent.
I would say no team has momentum because the Suns won both their games and the Bucks won their one game.
Okay, but the Suns should win home court advantage. They should win, just like the Bucks should win in Milwaukee.
I think the Bucks should win the series, but no team has momentum. They each won. The Phoenix Suns had held fast at home, and the Bucks won at home. If that continues, the Suns are going to win.
No. Well, I mean, for the sake of my pick, they better. But I mean, look, I'm looking for Yanni to pull this one off, bro.
I mean, I'm actually rooting. I'm rooting for the Bucks. I'm rooting for the Bucks. Do I think they're going to? I mean, like I said, I picked the Suns in 5, but I've been wrong about just about everything. So.
Yeah, because I guess
since birth.
I mean, turn on the television. Bro.
At this point, I honestly really don't know what to think.
Been wrong since birth, but hey, what are you gonna do? Let's see. We got a comment up here. Yeah, Dan. Nick said Suns in 5 last show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stuck. He stayed consistent.
All right. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm really excited to get to this next segment. Boom. Euro Cup finals came and gone. Italy versus England. It went to extra time. It went to penalty kicks. First of all, did you guys watch this live?
Yes. I watched every minute of it, bro.
Oh.
I just kind of watched the highlights.
Boy, oh boy, was this intense. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat the entire match, and then when it went to penalty kicks, it was freaking awesome. So at the end of the match, at the end of extra time, they knew that they were going to be going to penalty kicks. The England coach substituted Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho in like the last final seconds of extra time, just because he wanted those guys in there to take these penalty kicks.
Correct.
Yeah.
Rashford and Mr. Sancho both missed their penalty kicks.
Yes. That absolutely steered the entire victory, in the favor of Italy. I got to tell you, man, the amount of backlash that happened in the city. I mean, they acted like vile animals.
I tell you what, he's lucky he's the coach for England and not Brazil or Argentina.
A lot of terrible backlash, man.
Well, it's better to be called names than get killed. So.
There's a mural of Rashford that's downtown, I believe, and the mural started getting like racist comments written on it.
Yeah, it was totally vandalized.
I mean,
terrible.
I don't think there's something in this country that can compare to what just happened. I don't think there's anything that's even comparable in the United States to what just happened with those guys missing those penalty kicks. And then Saka at the end, I think he's 19, if that, and he's taking the final shot, to tie this up. And you got a 19-year-old out there.
Meanwhile, a guy like Sterling doesn't take a shot. Right?
Yeah. And Shaw. I didn't understand it. I mean, you have a 19-year-old kid that's out there, and how about, first of all, Rashford missed his shot. It didn't get blocked by the goalie. Rashford missed and hit the
You talk about that. You talking about the one that he shanked into the post?
Yes.
And it just, that was awful. And he actually took some time. Like, he took like Giannis at the line time.
I think that's what hurt him.
Shot. Yeah,
I think that's what hurt him.
He overthought it.
If you take a certain amount of time, those goalies are like, "Oh, I got his ass."
Oh, bro.
They smell it out.
They're watching your hips, they're watching your feet, and they're watching your body language. A goalie reads the body language of the penalty kicker. So it's not always, obviously, you notice that they jump right to left just before they take the kick because they anticipate that they want to get that. I mean, look, dude, hats off to Italy, man. They blocked. Not only did they win in great fashion, but they blocked some shots, bro. It was awesome. It was really awesome. And cool ending. I hope you got yourself a T-shirt, Tony. Something to memorialize that victory, man.
You know what sucks about penalty kicks, especially like in those circumstances? Penalty kicks, like, they seem, I'm not saying they are, but they seem like something an average person can do.
There you are again. Always done.
I've never took a penalty kick against a professional goalie, against a world-class goalie, but that goal.
You haven't?
That goal is so damn big. And it seems like an improbability that a goalie is going to be able to stop that.
You know what's even more remarkable is missing the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different to get a shot on goal.
From that range, it's hard to miss that.
It seems like those guys are so precise on any other point. And then when they get into the penalty kicks, it just goes all out the window.
I mean, you also have to, you guys need to take a ball out to the park and kick some shots. These are not toe balls. These are the top of the laces, inside of the foot. It's hard to kick, man. And to kick it accurately and hard enough, it's tough. It's not as easy as you think.
It's hard to kick in the sense of kicking like a professional soccer player, but it's not hard to kick it in the goal.
Okay.
You give me 10 shots and I'll kick it in the goal 10 times.
If Rashford would have dribbled it off the end of his toe, it probably would have went in. I mean, that goalie's diving one way or the other. If he just dribbled it straight ahead, so there's a good chance I would have scored on that.
But that's like what the average fan thinks. The average fan doesn't know everything that goes into it, so they're like, "That guy sucks."
I mean, no, the ball has to stay
in the world. That guy sucks.
The ball has to stay put. You can juke your body language and try to fool the keeper, but the ball cannot be dribbled unless it's deflected. And then you can, during a game, you can take another shot at it. But penalty kicks, man, the ball's got to stay solid. right where it sits.
The thing is, it's so much in the favor of the kicker, because even if the goalie guesses the direction, he doesn't guess whether it's going to be high or low. It's so much in the favor of the kicker.
It is.
And even like a great goalie, he's not Nostradamus. He doesn't know exactly where it's going to go.
So, you guys, this has been fun. Euros has been fun.
Yeah.
It's coming to an end, but we only have to wait one short year before the World Cup begins. So normally it's a two-year wait. Only a 1 year wait, and we'll be back to it. So we got football season right around the corner, right, guys?
Hey, Dan's got a comment, and I that he's right. He's right. It's you are trying to rip it. It's not a gimme. It can go so many ways, guys. I'm telling you.
It's not a gimme. It's not a gimme, but it seems like a gimme to like the average.
Okay, we're gonna go to the park this week. You're gonna take 10 shots on me in the goal. We'll record it. And we'll bring this footage to the channel.
Oh, please God, do that.
I can't wait for this.
Both of you are gonna end up in the hospital. All right, so guys, football season's right around the corner. I don't know about you. Every now and then, I like to throw a little money on the game. Nick, John, could you pretty much agree with that?
Oh, 100%.
I actually swore off gambling because I'm so terrible at it.
So 100 out of 100 times, I am just guessing. And I'm a terrible guesser, it seems like. It seems like all these bets are when it really, to a normal average person, it's 50-50. It's a coin flip. I mean, either they cover the spread or they don't cover the spread. Either they win the game or they lose the game. So we thought it would be fun to bring on someone that knows just a little bit more about gambling than the rest of us. Someone that can help us finagle our way through this football season without losing our houses. We got a guy named Joey Betts that's coming on. And I can't wait for this. And we're going to bring him on in just a second. He's going to tell us what the secret sauce is to finagle your way to maybe win a few bucks here and there off this football. There he is, everyone. Joey Betts is here with us on the Locker Room Rant. So Joe, I'm sure we all have a lot of questions for you. First of all, welcome to the Locker Room Rant. And I know at times we've all been degenerates. I think we lost Joey here for a second. Hopefully he could get back on with us here soon. But we've been, I would say all three of us at some point were degenerates, correct?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, listen, some guys got it, Tony. And from what I understand, Joe here, he can read through the lines, man. He watches the line, and when it changes, he can sense the direction that the game is going to go, or the season for that matter.
So, Joe, what do you know that the rest of us don't? Because all we're doing is guessing. You seem like a guy that isn't guessing, but putting logic behind what you're placing. Can you kind of explain that whole process?
Well, everybody's guessing. I mean, when they put that number up and they're just getting money on both sides, I don't know how to explain this, but there's no big advantage in pro football. I mean, if you can hit 55, 56% for the entire season with the spread, you're doing good.
So would you rather bet college or pro?
I play a lot of gimmicks. I play a lot of team totals more than anything. and then I can. Right now I'm working on my predictions for the season. Like the Browns are 10.5, Pittsburgh's 9, Baltimore's 10.5, and that's total wins. You either bet over or under.
All right.
And so I do a lot of work on that.
So let's stay in that AFC East. I mean, I'm sorry, the AFC North. I wanted to ask you about that. The Ravens, I have it as 11 wins. Where do you see the Ravens going? Above or under that?
Under.
Ravens
I see
under.
right around 11. Yeah, I don't think that quarterback's going to have the same year he had last year. I think he's going to drop down a notch. I actually think Cleveland might win the division.
So Ravens are set at
look
11.
for, Pittsburgh.
Do you think Pittsburgh
It's
is
10.5
under?
at some books, and it's 11 at some books.
Yeah, so those Ravens
What's
I
that?
see at 11, and I truly think
Well,
they are a Lamar Jackson injury away from being like probably a 3 or 4 team win. So you see the Browns. Go ahead.
they have to win. They have to win 12 games to lose your bet if you take the under. So if it lands on 11, you get a push. But
Okay.
I don't see him winning 11 games.
11's a lot of wins, man. 11 is a lot of wins.
Cleveland right. I see Pittsburgh falling down. I think this Ben's ready to wrap it up. They lost Pouncey and they lost another offensive lineman, and then they did pick up a good running back, but they did lose that Connor. But I don't think Pittsburgh is going to win 9 games. I got it at 9. It's 8.5 right now. But I think that's a good bet. I should bet more on it.
So you taking Pittsburgh with the over or under?
Under. That's probably them and Washington over 8. I got Washington Redskins or football team over 8. I thought that was my best 2 bets.
What about
I like Washington.
I'm a Browns fan. John's a 49ers fan, and Tony's a Buffalo Bills fan. What would you bet on each of those 3 teams?
Say that again.
So I'm a Browns fan. John's a 49ers
Say that
fan.
again.
I'm a Browns fan. John's a 49ers fan, and Tony's a Buffalo Bills fan. What would be your bets on each of those 3 teams?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you probably are betting the over on the Browns, correct?
I like the 49ers, but they're in a tough division. I don't know if they can get to 11. The line's 10.5, and I don't think they got to play the Rams and they got to play Arizona, and so I think that's it might be a little tough over there, especially if somebody gets hurt like last year. But I would probably take the 49ers.
So would you bet the over or the under?
Buffalo, that number too high, it's 11.
Mhm.
I'd take the over in San Francisco. No bet on Buffalo. And who else did you say?
The Browns.
No bet there either.
No bet there. Okay, fair enough.
No.
Now, what's your thoughts on parlay?
I'll probably. What's that?
What's your thoughts on parlays? Because I'm going to tell you, when we were younger, degenerate gamblers, we would all do parlays.
Yeah, well, I don't bet parlays.
Probably a good
Once
piece of
in a while,
advice.
if like I said, right now I'm just working on the NFL win totals right now, and then it's a little too early to jump into the season because there's going to be a lot of injuries before the season starts, and everything changes.
So
It's
Joe,
just like you guys were all talking about that NBA. Every one of them games, it would have probably been two different teams in there if there wasn't all them injuries.
That's why I thought this season was so crazy.
You got the two LA teams, you got the Nets, you got Philadelphia, but everything could have been different there too.
Absolutely.
I don't think Phoenix is one of the premier teams in the league. I think they got a nice nucleus, but I don't think they're a premier team.
So Joe, being in the world of gambling and being involved as much as you are, do you have? And I hate to put this. I'm sorry if I'm putting any bad karma on you, but do you have any bad beat stories to where something crazy happened to you? I'm sure there's a million of them, but do you have a best one that you could share with us?
I can't even remember half of them. I mean, everybody's got that. It seems like you got more bad beats than good beats.
What's the most you ever won? What's the most you ever won, and what's the most you ever lost?
The most money I ever won, I went to Vegas and I bet $10,000 on Youngstown State playing Montana.
Oh,
holy shit! Joe's a degenerate, guys.
and that's when Trussell was a coach, and it was a championship game, and nobody had a number on it. We had to go to Boulder Station because they had a rodeo in town, and the guys from the Montana rodeo made them put a number up, and Trussell was getting 10.5, and after me and Cahill bet that game, we brought that line down to 7. They kept moving it on us, and that was the biggest bet I ever made.
How much did you win?
We thought they was going to win. We were, I think both of us won $15,000.
Well, that's not good. Pretty sweet.
And then the next biggest one was Ohio State getting, I think it was 14.5 over Miami. And when they played, Trussell played again for in Tempe for the national championship when they played Miami, and when Clorat was there.
Yeah, and they won that game. So
they won in overtime.
What's the most you ever
lost?
lost?
$10,000 on that one too. I haven't lost any that big, but I've lost my share.
There you go. All right.
So, Joe, if you're okay with this, we're going to let you for the next few weeks leading up to the season work on your spreads on those over-unders. And we'll have John come out and try to help you with the camera setup and all that, and then we'll have you back on in a few weeks and try to get some of those picks off of you, and we'll share those picks with our viewers and see if we can all take Vegas down together, if that's all right with you, buddy.
Well, I talked to John earlier, and Green Bay is going to be the game changer because of Rodgers. They initially came out with the number 10.5 on them, and some books are making that line 6 if Rodgers doesn't play. So everybody in that division is going to go up, and Green Bay is going to go down. So, and everybody that's on Green Bay's schedule is going to get a little boost, like Cleveland, like Washington, Minnesota, Detroit, the Bears, because they're all going to come back.
So, in your personal opinion, do you see Rodgers coming back to the Packers, or do you see him going somewhere else, like a place like Denver?
Well, the line's hinting that he's going to go to Denver because they've already raised the season win total on Denver, and then they also made Denver was a 20-1 to win their division, and now they're 4-1 to win their division. They were in last, and Kansas City was favored, and then Chargers were second, and Oakland third. Now Denver's second at 4-1. So
this is what I've learned. So far, from what I've learned from Joe, is that he watches the line. He can tell which way the season's going to go. So basically, he's telling you at 20-1 with this Aaron Rodgers spiel going on. Now Denver's line has changed from 4-1, so they're favored to win their division, and nothing has changed yet except Vegas is saying they're going to win their division because there's a damn good chance that Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback of the Denver Broncos. And he's watching the line.
Denver is favored to win, but they went from 20-1 to 4-1.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Kansas City's still the big favorites, but they were the last pick in the division, and now they're second choice. So that's insane. Vegas is telling you that they think that's going to be Rodgers' landing spot.
So now would be a great time to take that Packers under. Even if he plays with them, 11 games is hard to get. It's
not up. They took it down.
Sons of bitches.
Well,
they're always one step ahead of us, Joe.
That bet's been off the board for a month now.
Did you take that bet?
No, I couldn't get it.
Gosh.
I couldn't get it. But
John, anything else?
I haven't seen a number up on them, a new number.
John, you got anything else for Joey before we let him take off?
No, I think it was a good introduction to Joe. Joe, if you don't mind, we're gonna bring you back on the show closer to the season, and see if you're willing to come back on. I'd like to see some of your futures and see what you think the numbers. Some of the bets that you showed me today, I'd like to see how they change moving forward. Would you mind coming back on in a few weeks?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, Joe.
Sounds good, Joe. We got we'll have you back on maybe like I'd say the week before the season. We can even go through week 1 and kind of give our see if Joe can has some game of the week type thing, and maybe some locks, even though we know there's no locks, but see what he can do for us week one with those matchups, and kind of go from there. Nick, anything else for Joe?
I think we covered it pretty much for the first time. So
Sounds good.
For coming on.
Joe, thank you very much, buddy. We can't wait to get these picks in when the season starts. It's going to be a long season, and hopefully we can make some money off Joey bets.
I'm going to have about 6. I'll be playing about 6 win totals.
Nice.
Out of the 32 games.
Awesome.
So,
well, it sounds good, buddy.
No, but those we discussed, Joe, seem pretty logical, man. I really enjoyed it. I thank you for your time, my friend.
Okay. All right.
Take care, Joe.
Bye now.
See you later, Joe.
Joey bets, everyone. How awesome was that?
That was cool. That was cool. Joe knows his stuff, guys. I was pretty intrigued when I sat down with him today, just trying to get him situated with the stream and show him how to come on. But man, the 6 that he picked so far, they're impressive, man. He hedges his bets so he doesn't lose, and he does it in a fashion that, I mean, you can't help but jump on it. He knows what he's doing, and I'm impressed. I really enjoy it.
We got to work on his audio just a little bit for next time. When we get closer to the season, we're going to use this dude. We're going to see how far Joey can take us.
Joe knows his stuff. He's impressive.
All right. Just real quick, I want to touch on Wimbledon. I don't know if you guys checked this out. I know we're not huge tennis guys on the show, but Wimbledon championship finals were on Sunday. Novak Djokovic, stop me if you heard this before. Novak Djokovic wins Wimbledon, and he is now tied at 20 majors with Rafa Nadal and Roger Federer, all tied at 20, 20, 20 for the most majors ever, all active players. I don't know why. I just think that's awesome.
I wish I shared your passion, but I can't. I can't wrap my head around tennis, man. I wish I could. I
said it once. I'll say it again. Tennis is the easiest sport to dominate.
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
It is.
I just want to just choke you to death. God damn it!
If you're a dominant tennis player, you're going to dominate that sport.
Okay, bro. You know you're going to score on professional goalies in the Euro Cup. You're going to beat Roger Federer and all these guys. It's easy. So it's easy to do all these things.
It's the easiest sport to dominate.
Yeah.
There's always been a dominant tennis player throughout my lifetime that's just won every single major.
But there's three that are dominating at the same time.
So here's the thing. This has been kind of like the system in my lifetime. There's been that hard court player who dominates most of the hard court events, and there's been the soft court player who dominates the clay events, sometimes wins a couple times in the hard courts. So you had Agassi, Sampras, then you had Nadal and Federer, and now you have Djokovic, and Federer and Nadal are still in the mix.
Yeah, you know what? Dan's right. Don't forget, Nick thinks he can average a double-double in the NBA and beat Kelly the Ghost Pavlik in a fight.
Yes.
Never said
you know what?
A double-double in the NBA.
There's never been a bigger fan of themselves than Nick Aklitis as a fan
and for
of
that,
himself.
You're going in timeout. Tony, put him in the box, bro.
Doesn't deserve a timeout.
No, you know what? Does. You're a son of a bitch.
I think John should go in timeout for using the timeout rule inappropriately.
No, he used it perftly.
He did not use it perfectly.
It's time. You're bullshit.
See you dirty.
Isn't it such a great feeling when he goes on mute?
Oh,
stupid,
God.
Stupid fan twisting up top. The sound goes away. It's just a beautiful thing. So they're all tied at 20. And Djokovic is the youngest of the three, so I'm sure he's going to past the other two, take the lead. Nick can dominate tennis. He can average 7 points in the NBA. What are you doing that circle thing for? What are you doing
His fans on.
Can we bring Joey Betts back on instead of Nick? All right, go ahead.
I have a 15-second credit.
You don't get no credit.
Goddamn credits.
I have a 15-second credit.
You're gonna go back in the box for 15 seconds if you keep this shit up.
All right, so whatever. Djokovic won. We probably don't have much more to talk about with that, right?
No, that's this segment is always you, Tony, because I don't know shit about tennis, and Nick pretends like he can beat everybody, so he ends up in the box.
I never said I was good at tennis. I never said I could beat anyone at tennis. I just said it's the easiest sport to dominate, and there's evidence.
Who
of that.
says who the hell are you to tell anybody what sports are easy to dominate?
Serena
How
Williams
in the hell?
tennis for 3 decades.
Serena Williams hasn't been able to stay healthy to save her soul. She's
like
left every tournament, huh?
She's like 40 years old.
Well, then, if it's such an easy sport to dominate, I don't give a damn what you're doing. Hop around on one leg and beat them.
She still wins.
Yeah, she's irrelevant, bro. She misses her. She misses.
Are you just saying this because it's like a one-on-one sport?
Exactly.
Like bowling, darts.
Yes, like the one-on-one sports, boxing, MMA,
boxing,
all those one-on-one sports. This tennis is the easiest one to dominate.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's continue with UFC. Did you guys watch McGregor Poirier 3 this weekend?
Yes.
Was it as dumb as fuck? Did you guys think it was dumb as I thought it was?
I didn't enjoy it. Hold on, Nick. Let me say what I want to say because I know where you're going with this. I like Dustin Poirier. I enjoy watching him fight. But I really thought that he laid it on a little too thick. He says he won the fight because look, you were beating him. You were dominating. But to say that you won and to pride yourself on it after a doctor stoppage, I want you to beat me at your best, or I want to see fighters beat each other at their best and win that way. I don't want you to snap your ankle, fall back on your ass, and then it's a TKO because you're unable to move on. That's bullshit. Dustin Poirier, you should have chosen your words better in the sense that you didn't win. Nick, you can make as many fucking faces as you want. You can make those faces in the penalty box if you want. Anyway, you cut it. Yeah.
That's the ugliest face ever. Do that again. Do that face again.
Yeah.
That's you look like Mimsy.
I just think that you should have wanted to beat McGregor at his best, and you shouldn't technically. He said, if for all you guys out there that are booing, you can kiss my whole asshole. Look, it's all good. You're gonna have those haters, but at the end of the day, you should have said, you know what, this isn't the way I wanted the fight to go. I'll take the win because I have to. But at the end of the day, I didn't get to fight my opponent at his best. So it's like a Mickey Mouse victory in my book.
I think Khabib ruined the UFC for me. Just knowing that there's someone out there that's unbeatable, that's no longer fighting, ruins it for me for some reason. I want to see him fight every pay-per-view. And he just quit because he's unbeatable. I think that guy was freaking awesome. I want to see him fight every pay-per-view and beat the shit out of everyone who he fights. Nick, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, what I'm about to say, I want it to be uninterrupted. I'm just going to go out on a tangent here. John claims that Dustin Poirier should have been magnanimous in his victory, albeit by injury. And Conor McGregor gets to go out there and talk all the shit that he wants. And here's the thing. I hate Conor McGregor, and I didn't used to hate Conor McGregor. But I don't mind if you talk shit. Like Muhammad Ali talked shit. Okay? But Muhammad Ali backed it up. Okay? Conor McGregor has gotten his ass whooped for the last 4 years of fighting. Okay? He's not good anymore. Yet he talks shit, and people keep buying it because he's talking shit. I don't mind if you talk shit, but if you do, back it up. Like your boy Habib. He talked shit, but he also backed it up. Okay? I'm tired of seeing Conor McGregor trot out there in pay-per-views because I don't care to listen to his mouth when I know he's going to get his ass whooped. And Poirier was going to whoop his ass. He whooped his ass before. And he would have done it again. Okay? So I'm tired of Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor needs to sit his ass down. And Poirier was totally right in saying exactly what he said because Conor McGregor actually went below the belt in talking shit. He didn't just say normal things. He's brought his wife into it. Okay?
She brought herself into it.
No, she didn't. You don't know what she said.
I don't care what she said. She still brought herself into it.
He didn't have to bring that out. You bring my if I'm fighting you and you bring my wife into this, okay? Guess what? If you break your leg, I'm not going to be sympathize with you and tell you,
she brought herself into it.
No, I'm glad you broke your leg. I hope you.
How many other fighters' wives
around on one of those scooters with one leg? I hope you do that for the rest of your life.
How many other fighters' wives end up?
You were one more, Nick. Just to let you know, you were one more hua away from penalty box.
Yeah. So I don't care that Poirier. I was actually happy that Poirier. He actually spoke his mind. I like people being honest.
No. Listen, Nick, I dislike Conor McGregor myself. I do. I can't stand him. I never liked him. Never. I don't give a damn. Yes, he's the face of the UFC. He is the face of the UFC, but he's just a showman at this point. He's no contender. And I never discredited the things that Poirier said about the man, about who McGregor is. I didn't like the way that he accepted that victory. Dude,
what do you want him to do? Not accept the victory?
No, I mean, he won the fight, but I want him to say, look, I'll take the victory as it is, but this isn't the way that I wanted to win. I wanted to win by knockout. I wanted to beat his fucking head in till he wasn't conscious. I wanted to choke him out. That's me. I want fighters to win.
But I don't think Poirier ever said that he was happy that he won by a leg breaking.
No, he didn't. He took the win. He took the win. They're like, yeah, I beat his ass. Yeah, you were beating him. You were beating him. You did control the fight. There's no disagree. I do not disagree that. However, in my opinion, I believe that you should fight your opponent at his best, and may the best man win from there. That's it. And the wife brought herself into this shit because she found her way into Conor McGregor's DMs. That's a fact. I don't care what she said. It was blurred out. I don't give a damn. The fact of the matter remains, and that wasn't even bad. All he said was, your wife was in my DMs, and dude, you promote the fight, you sell it for entertainment. Huh?
Claiming that she was a whore.
So what? I can call you a whore. I can call you a whore.
It's just not that's not what sportsmanship's about.
Nick, you are.
Who cares about sportsmanship?
You're a whore.
I mean, who cares about sportsmanship? Who cares about sportsmanship when you're selling a pay-per-view, bro?
Well, then don't complain about it when the guy breaks his leg and the other guy says, you know what, I don't give a shit. Good.
I don't care if you talk about his broken leg. I just want you to fucking say that you wanted to win this fight at his best. You know?
When Poirier said, all y'all MFers can lick my whole asshole, he was talking about you, John.
No, he wasn't talking about me because I wasn't booing him. I wanted him to beat McGregor. I just wanted to see him beat the shit out of him.
Poirier said he can lick his whole asshole.
So my question, I want you guys to take this. I want you guys to take this thought very serious. I don't know how much WWE you guys were into growing up or have been into, but the WWE, when fighters got to a certain stage of their careers, there would be a retirement match where two wrestlers would wrestle each other. The loser was forced to retire. Now just hear me out. If the UFC took this out of the bag of WWE tricks and they had a retirement match between Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz, would that get you excited to watch another Conor McGregor fight? They literally, if you lost, you could never fight in the UFC again. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome.
It'd be even better if you never fight again.
They can't make that type of stipulation. But Dana White can be like, loser never fights in the UFC again. It'd be fucking awesome. Oh, me too. But I like him better than Conor. A 5-round retirement fight. Tell me how sick that would be. Would that get you excited again?
Yes.
I agree. I agree.
It'd be so fun. All right, we got to get to the Homerun Derby last night. So 2021 Homerun Derby. Don't know if you guys watched it, but Pete Alonso put on a freaking show. He won for back-to-back years, beating out Trey Mancini from the Baltimore Orioles. A great story. I don't know if you guys know much about
the
Trey.
story, man.
Trey Mancini. Right? Yeah, beat cancer. Great story. And really everyone in that Homerun Derby kind of came to put on a show. Pete Alonso had fun with the whole thing. You could tell by his attitude from Jump Street that something was different about him than the other participants, and he like really took a lot of pride in this. John, at one point you started texting me, this Shohei, what's everyone talking about this Shohei for? He's not even doing good.
I said he's not looking good. It wasn't looking good.
And then like a couple minutes later, you text me like, never mind. It's
starting a tie. And then it was another tie. It was a double tie. It was awesome. I mean, I think if Ohtani would have paced himself, it looked like he was swinging for the fences on each and every one. And Alonso, you watch that fluid motion. He was just having a blast, bro. Cracking him 518 feet.
Ohtani is not set. And any of those Japanese hitters that have that big leg kick like Ichiro used to have, they're not set up for the Homerun Derby. I mean, that takes even more energy from you on each swing. You're using all of your damn body in those swings. Pete Alonso's using some legs, mostly upper body. Ohtani's using everything on every swing. And if you saw him like halfway through, he was like crouched over, like about to throw up from how many swings he was taking.
Yeah, I saw it. I did.
Did you guys see the comments from Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah, I saw his apology too. And, Nick and I discussed this yesterday. I'm not a big Stephen A. fan, but I mean, you can't say dumb shit. You just can't say dumb shit, and he says a lot of dumb shit. And this time he hit a nerve, and rightfully so. He took flack for it. That's what you get.
So for anyone that didn't see, Stephen A. said that Shohei Ohtani could not be the face of Major League Baseball because he needs an interpreter. Doesn't know English. Nick, what are your thoughts on that?
This is also one of those controversial subjects, which I don't like getting into. But I will say this.
I can't just answer, right? He's got to take his...
Because I answered honestly, and sometimes people don't like my honest answers.
Okay. So just tone it down and say what you got to say.
It's certainly not going to be your answer, which is the PC answer.
Oh my God.
So are you ready for it?
No,
I'm not going to answer it.
Okay, then pass. I mean, you said the right things yesterday. I mean, you weren't even.
If you're not ready for the honest answer, well, no, because here's the thing. Okay, I'll answer it.
If you answer it the way you answered it yesterday,
what Stephen A. Smith said was not that he shouldn't be the face of the sport because he needs an interpreter. He said, is it good for baseball to have the face of your sport, an American sport, be someone who can't speak the language? Okay, there's a difference when you say that. And he has an argument. That's an argument. That's not anything racist. That's not anything that should be looked down upon him saying. He's saying a legitimate thing. He can't get up there and answer questions without somebody else answering them for him. That's kind of some people in America. A lot of people, most of the people in here speak English. Some speak Spanish. Others speak a variety of languages, but the majority speak English. And that might be looked down upon by some. It might not be the most optimal situation. You could also say that for a sport that's particularly American, that them being able to branch off into different countries and getting different countries watching the sport is a good thing. And Japan has like a freaking lot of people there. And China has a lot of people there. And all those other Asian countries have a shit ton of people there. So it might be good to have a guy like Ohtani, who isn't necessarily the American model of a baseball player, be the face of the sport. To me, I don't care. I like the way Ohtani plays. I said Ohtani's one of the most talented players I've ever seen.
And you said it's good for the sport.
And I would argue that it's good for the sport. But I don't look at what Stephen A. Smith said as a negative thing. I look at that as an argument.
Yeah, but
right, I'm about to get personal. Shohei Ohtani yesterday was asked. First of all, there's a lot of people opting out to play in the All-Star game. A lot of big names are just not playing in this thing for whatever reason. COVID, hanging out with family, wanted to spend more time with family, whatever. A lot of people are bailing out on this All-Star game. Not only is Ohtani in the Homerun Derby, he's also the starting pitcher that's going on behind me right now. He's also the leadoff hitter in the game that's going on behind me right now. And reporters asked him after the Homerun Derby, they're like, wow, we saw you were tired during that Homerun Derby. Why are you doing all this? You didn't have to be in the Homerun Derby. You don't have to pitch and hit in the All-Star game. You already hit and pitch for your own team, which probably takes a lot onto you mentally and physically. Why didn't you just opt out or maybe just take it easy and not do the Homerun Derby? And his answer was, because that's what the fans wanted to see.
Yeah.
I want you guys to think about that. Mm-hmm. Now, John, this is where I'm going to lose you. In the slam dunk contest, you have to think of the pioneers of these sports. Think about Ozzie Smith for the Cardinals shortstop. Think about, and don't get me wrong, these aren't pioneers. The game's been going on forever, but these are guys of our lifetime. Cal Ripken Jr., Pedro Martinez, the guys that set this current group of baseball players up for success, to get paid these millions and millions of dollars, that stayed at the stadiums till 1 o'clock in the morning after the game ended at 10. They're staying at the ballpark signing autographs to all these little kids to grow the game and become one with the fans and to grow this game. So these guys today can make these millions upon millions of dollars. Now, I think about basketball. And I think about the same thing that I'm talking about now. Think about when Jordan was in the dunk contest. He didn't win them all. He lost a few dunk contests. I think he won 2 of them.
He lost a couple to Dominique and Spud Webb.
But guess what? He was in it. He was in it because that's what the fans wanted to see.
Right.
So I didn't want to go there, but let's talk about LeBron. Why was that piece of shit never in a slam dunk contest?
Because
everyone wanted to see LeBron James in a dunk contest. Why would he not do that for the fans? Michael Jordan once said, he was asked, why do you play hard every single game? Are you insane? He goes, because there's probably someone in these stands that's never seen me play before, and I want to put on a show for them. That's the pioneer that created the LeBron James, created the Kevin Durant's, and now how they're repaying him for all he put into the game. They're taking nights off. They're taking random nights off. No injuries. They're just taking random nights off. And I think that's a slap in the face to everyone that came before them and grew the game for them.
I agree. I mean, you didn't lose me there. There's nothing that you said that I would disagree with you on. I mean, yeah, LeBron has let down the fans in multiple ways, more than just a slam dunk contest. Shit, he's walked off. Look, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and defend the guy, but you're not wrong.
I'm not just saying LeBron. Why is there always like a no-name rookie and then a no-name second-year player that's in these slam dunk contests? Where the fuck is the Zions, the Ja Morants, the LeBron Jameses? Where are those guys when you need to grow your sport? I don't think they pay homage. They don't pay homage to the people that came before them and put on the shows. That's why when people say who's the greatest basketball player of all time, I'm not just looking at the 6 championships that he won compared to LeBron's 3 or whatever it is. Does he have 3 or 4?
4.
Okay. I'm not looking the 6 to 4. Okay. I'm looking at 6, 2 slam dunk contests, a college championship, and he took 2 years off in his prime. That's what I'm looking at. And he entertained me every single night that he played. I was tuned into Michael Jordan, and the love I have for NBA came from him, not from this generation, and not from this generation of assholes that don't take their talent out there and go to a slam dunk contest to help grow the game even more. Now we got Team USA. I don't know if you guys want to get into this, but we got Team USA that just lost 2 exhibition games in a row to Nigeria and Australia.
Yeah. That's a shame.
I was talking to you about this right before we started, Tony. I saw John Jenkins out there. For those of you who don't know who John Jenkins is, I can't blame you, because John Jenkins was drafted about 5-6 years ago, maybe longer. I don't know. And he really didn't do anything with his career. He was drafted as a shooter and never really made it. But yeah, for some reason, he's playing on the USA team.
Yeah, but I think you're talking about the game versus Argentina in garbage time.
I don't care. You shouldn't be on the court.
Okay, but I mean, I want you to know. I want you to know something, and this goes into part of what Tony was talking about. You get asked or you're invited to play for the U.S. team. You are representing your country, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. There are guys that don't want to participate. And I don't know if it's because of their own, because it interferes with their off-season training, or if this is a bad time to play. I don't know. But I don't give a shit what John Jenkins is doing. I'm happy that he's out there representing and doing his thing. Now, do I know how many points he's going to put up versus Argentina? I have no idea. I don't give a shit. All right? But I know this for sure. When Coach Popovich is out there defending these guys, saying that he made a comment to a reporter yesterday saying that what you're saying is truly is false. That we didn't try and we weren't playing hard. And he says, they're like, he said something along the lines of, we don't beat these teams by much. You don't know what you're talking about. Dog, you beat this team a few years back by 80 some points. So don't tell nobody that they don't know what they're talking about. He's up there lying through his teeth. He's full of shit because he's truly embarrassed because these guys can't get on the same page together. We started this shit in 92 and he's out here losing exhibition matches like it ain't no thing. Like, this isn't, we're not playing for anything serious right now. Bro, Nigeria was playing them. They beat them up. I don't give a damn what. They beat them up. All right. Australia, they beat them. They don't look good. They don't look strong. And Kevin Love is still out there playing fucking basketball.
Yeah, that. Do you know that before the last 3 days, in exhibition games, Team USA since the Dream Team in 1992 were 54-2 in exhibition games was their record. In the last 3 days, they were 0-2.
Right now, just shitting the bed over the course of how many years, bro?
Yeah. And it was funny. I got a text from a certain somebody the other day saying, well, the Dream Team lost to the college kids. If you watch that Dream Team documentary, that is true. But like I tell everyone, that was not a normal team of college kids. The roster of those college kids were like, some were future Hall of Famers. Most of them were college Hall of Famers. Nonetheless, it was the Dream Team, and they said
hold on. Tony, that was me, bro. First of all, I didn't know you educated me on the fact that those particular group of guys became all-stars in the league. And yeah, they weren't just some run-of-the-mill college guys, but I didn't know who some of those names were. And I just thought, is it a big deal that these guys lost? The Dream Team lost to what was not a televised game, right? It was a scrimmage or a pickup game or whatever it was behind closed doors. And I just happened to come up on an article. I didn't even know that there was a documentary on it, which that's interesting to me. But I just thought to myself, like, it's a bigger deal when you're losing televised games. Like, you're pioneers of basketball. You shouldn't be losing even exhibition matches. You shouldn't be treating them like some pickup games that don't count. Like, you're getting criticized and you look like shit because of it.
Yeah, and I don't think and that's where's your boy again? And I hate to say it, and I hate to seem like I'm just anti LeBron James, but I'm anti this generation opting out of stuff that helps grow the game. And he just happens to be the leader of this generation of basketball. And where's he at in this Team USA?
That's a good question. That's a good question. But there is someone else out there who is in large comparison to the greatest player on the planet, Kevin Durant. Now, we can talk, we can compare apples to apples, oranges to oranges, but at the end of the day, that particular gentleman is not, but this particular man is, and he's not delivering, right? Right?
Yeah. Luka's out there with his country. He even went on record saying he'd rather win the world, the gold in the Olympics than a world championship for the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah. I mean, that's how you're supposed to be thinking when it comes to this. And these guys, well, no, I'm not going to play. Now you got Kevin Love out there. Like, how far down the fucking list did you have to go to where you got Kevin Love on your team.
Bottom line,
whoever the fuck Nick's talking about.
Tony, the starting five, you should not lose to those starters are not bums. I mean, they should be dominating everyone.
LeBron treats his country like he treated Cleveland. It was one check mark off his list. That's it.
I mean, look, Nick, at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and defend the guy. I'm not going to defend the guy, but
he can do it. He just doesn't need to do it again.
You're taking your personal. He has. Listen, that goddamn movie of his is premiering. All right, he's obligated to the premieres and to the shit that does. And I'm not going to defend him, but there are things. It's time for others to step up and do shit. Stop fucking putting it on him every goddamn time. Yes, should he be out there? Probably.
Maybe he should retire and focus on his movie career then.
All right, I'm not gonna argue with you about it. But
what I will say, John, is a few weeks ago you asked us you said that LeBron is the face of the NBA. Correct. In 1992, who was the face of the NBA?
Michael Jordan.
He was out there on that fucking team, dominating, winning every game by 100 points. And now, fast forward to 2021, the face of the NBA is LeBron James, and what he's got to go promote his movie.
I mean, Tony, I can't make excuses for it, but it's not bullshit though. I mean, he does have a premiere. He does have a premiere. He has to make face for some of that shit. No, I mean, put aside. No, those are obligations. At the end of the day, though, you're right. You're right. In 92,
obligations.
And I'm not. LeBron's not the only one. Where the hell's where's Stephen Curry?
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to meet those obligations, though.
All right.
If you need to do the Tonight Show, they could do something via satellite on when you're over wherever they're having the Olympics at. Okay. Look, you can fly over to the premiere for a night and then fly back.
I'm not gonna, Nick. I can't. Don't make me the bad guy here. I said he was the face. I said he was the face of the NBA or the face of the NBA. I didn't say he was the face of the fucking USA. Okay.
I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing Dan just said. What better place to promote your damn movie than on the Olympic world stage? I mean, he could have.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. I'm not. I don't want to take this. I don't want to take the defensive on this guy. It is what it is. I said he was the face of the NBA. I didn't say he had to be the fucking face of the goddamn USA. I mean,
we're blaming John for this shit.
I mean, yeah. Everybody.
Where is he, John? Where is he, John?
Where's the motherfucker, John?
This is your fault, John.
Look, there are other guys that aren't out there, though. You're right. Where is Steph? He's playing golf, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So, look, I don't know. Without going into it, and I don't want to go into this shit, Nick, shut the fuck up. Don't go there. I don't know if the social issues in this country play a part in why players don't take this serious. I don't know. I don't know. There may be something to it. Some of these things I don't know, but I'm not going to defend anybody. You should have been out there. You should have been out there. But that doesn't make any fucking excuses for the guys that are out there right now to lose any exhibition games. You shouldn't be losing exhibition games. You shouldn't. Those are still some of the best players in the league, and they shouldn't be getting beat. That's it.
I think this whole thing started with Shohei Ohtani saying that he's out there because it's what the fans want to see.
I love that. I think that's great.
I just think we lost that in sports somewhere down the line. We lost it somewhere down the line where people just don't care about what the fans want to see. You know how many years they're calling for LeBron to enter the slam dunk contest? And I keep going back to that because he is the largest thing since Michael Jordan that's happened in the NBA.
You want to know what annoyed me most about that whole thing? It's when he would do his
not
little.
wrong.
It's when he would do his little mini slam dunk contest before the game. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
And it would just tease people, be like, "Why isn't that dude in the slam dunk contest?"
I don't know. I mean, there are children there, though, Nick. I mean, some young kids get a kick out of that shit. They paid for those tickets.
You know what else
they
they
paid
get
for
a
those
kick
tickets.
at? You know what else they get a kick at? Watching him do it in the slam dunk contest.
All right, but maybe some of those kids don't buy the tickets to the game. I don't know, bro.
Watch it on TV.
All right, they watch it on TV, bro. I don't know. What the fuck do you want from me, bro? You want blood? You want blood? Come and get it, motherfucker. You know where I live. I mean, I don't know what I don't know what do you want from me?
Taking the blame for all of this.
John's like Jesus Christ.
Tony, what don't you like?
Taking the blame for LeBron's sins.
What don't you like about Ohtani saying that? Are you saying that are you saying that like are you saying that you love it? No?
My God, I'm saying we lost that in sports. People don't talk like that anymore.
So you're saying he is trying to revive baseball and he's fucking great for the sport. Are we on the same page? Yeah?
Yeah, and what I'm saying is that is the lost portion of sports when it comes to what I think and what I see. The fans, and you hear it. You ever see opening day in the NBA where one of the captains of the team will take the microphone? Hey, we're expecting a great season. Thanks for coming out. This is all for you. This is all for you as the fans. I don't think it's like that anymore. In hearing this guy and watching him go through you saw the Homerun Derby. He was hunched over and about to die. And he had to come out here today. Meanwhile, Jose Altuve and other dickheads just said, thanks for the honor, but I'm not interested. I'm not going to go. I'm going to enjoy my few days off. And I think we need more of that in sports. We need people to say, I'm here for the fans. You guys pay my salary. And
that's the problem.
I'm here to put on a show for you.
It's that goddamn salary. The numbers are astronomical. These guys have forgotten the fans aspect. They're getting paid millions upon millions of dollars. And I said this and I'll say it again. None of these motherfuckers are worth half the money that they get. They are still human beings. They're not aliens. They're not supernatural human beings. They get paid like they're not human. And it bothers me.
I don't care. You know what? Get paid as much as you can get paid in life. But at the end of the day, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget the people that put you in the position to get paid like you are right now. The Derek Jeters of the world, the Michael Jordans, the Larry Birds, the Mike Magic Johnsons that had to do all these commercials and go overseas and play all these games and sign autographs until their fingers hurt and started bleeding to grow this game so you could get paid. And now you're just doing the bare minimum, taking nights off when you're not even injured. When there's some kid up in the stands, his parents just dropped $300 on tickets to come watch your ass, and you took the night off, and all they wanted to do is see you play for 20 minutes of your life, play a game, but you had to take a night off. So that kid and that $300 was a complete waste for those parents that maybe had to pick up extra shifts and dip into their savings account to take their little kid to the game, but your ass is too fucking tired or not even too tired. You just want to do some load management that night. I think it's fucking bullshit. And people forget where they came from and who built their sport and the blood, sweat, and tears that the people before them had to put in so your ass can get paid and sit on your ass while the rest of your team plays because of load management.
It's not even just that. I even go like even simplify it a little more. And I want players to be like, wow, I'm getting paid millions of dollars to play a game. not I'm playing a game for millions of dollars. There's a difference in that. I want the people I watch to act like they love the game that they play.
Did you watch Alonso last night?
Did I watch Alonso last night? I only watched part of. I didn't watch the second half of the Homerun Derby.
Tony, did he look like he loved it and he was doing it for the fans and for all of us tuned in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dan's right though. Dan's 100% right. No matter how much shit we talk,
we still watch it.
It's like a bad relationship. It's just like a bad relationship that you're in. You know, you talk a whole bunch of shit, but you're still going home to that girl that night.
Yep, he's right.
I have no problem with people getting paid millions of dollars. It is a business, but I want people their first priority to get to play the game because they love it. And honestly, you don't take days off when you love something. Like, you don't take days off when you love something. Like, I feel like if you loved the sport, you would play as much as you could.
Let me tell you this. Kawhi Leonard played about half the season. I think he took every other game off for load management. What happened to Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs?
Got hurt.
So what the hell good did that do for Kawhi Leonard?
That's a good question.
Why?
Nothing.
It's a good question.
I just feel like if you love the sport, you don't take time off.
You're right.
I don't know.
But you're also, but in part to what Tony says too, you know, families dig deep to pay for these tickets. Some of these kids, this is their first time. This may not come to them again.
But like I said, I think that's more of a byproduct of the athletes actually loving what they do. I think that's more of a byproduct. You should play every game. You should play every game if you love what you do. There should be no load management. There should be no days off. You should play every game. And listen, sports are relative. I get it. These guys play on a different level than we do, but we play this game for fun sometimes. We'll go out on a basketball court or in the playground, and we'll play this game for fun. Okay? These guys take days off when they do it for work.
You ever take days off, John? You ever take days off at the diner for load management?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
you have to be there.
It's for my mental health, bro. I gotta
be there.
Yeah.
That's your priority in life.
You don't play 1/3 of the year either. You don't do the sport 1/3 of the. You don't do the diner 1/3 of the year either. Yeah, you might take a day off here and there, but you work all year long.
Correct.
You know?
I mean, look, at the end of the day, they do put their bodies through a lot. They do put their bodies through a lot.
I don't think John loves going and slaving behind a stove all day. I don't love going to a hospital and being around sick people all the time. I do it because I have an obligation to my job, the same way John does, same way you do. But it's not our first loves. We'd rather be doing something else.
Yeah. You know what? We got too deep into this, I think. Got a little fired up. Because I'm passionate about this stuff. You know, when you grow up watching, and I keep going back to Cal Ripken because he was like, he played every game. He played every game for like 20 years. Think about that. And like I said, that guy didn't just take his jersey off when the game was over, go home. He stuck around the park, the ballpark, and signed autographs and stuff like that. Even when they went on strike, baseball went on strike for an entire year. I forget what year that was, 90-something?
I think it was 94, 95, one of the two.
You know that
it wasn't 95.
The Indians.
It was 94. It was 94.
I don't know if it was then either. But anyways, whenever they went on strike, Cal Ripken still went to the stadium, and there was fans outside the stadium, and he would still go there while on strike and sign autographs for fans. I mean, it's just things like that I think about now. These guys,
listen, athletes are cut from a different cloth, bro. It's like everything else. Come on, Tony.
That's the guy who loved what he did, though.
All right, well, look at Yanni. Look at Yanni in Milwaukee. That's a guy. That's a dude. He's a humble, good-hearted dude. He does it for the fans. He does it for the organization. He does it for his family. There's still guys. There are still guys out there.
Either.
Huh?
He also wasn't born in this country either, and you see a lot of that. You see a lot of those habits with people that were born in other countries, like Ohtani.
You're saying that they're giving back. They're giving back.
They're more
to the country. They're more appreciative. They're giving back.
Yeah, I'll agree 100%, with that.
100%.
All right, you guys have any final thoughts, or should we just wrap it up? We've had a long show, very passionate show.
I have a short final thought.
Let's hear it, Dick.
Sad day yesterday. A person from my childhood passed away. Not one of the top tier guys, but in the world of wrestling, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. He's a big wrestler back when I first started watching wrestling when I was a little kid, and every once when these people who pass away when you're kids, this is when I really start to feel old. When these people pass away that were like, that guy was a pretty damn good athlete when we were younger, and all of a sudden he passes away. He's 69 years old, and Whenever anything like that happens, it's like it starts to rip a little bit of your youth away.
69 in wrestling years,
mm-hmm.
He lived a pretty damn good life. I mean, I think the average life expectancy for a WWE wrestler is like 49.
Apparently, he was a tough son of a bitch too, because like I've like recently started like watching like podcasts with like old wrestlers, and they would tell stories, and apparently he just whooped the shit out of Vader. Like one day he just whooped the shit out of Vader.
It's time.
It's time. Also passed away.
Oh man, we're losing.
I did. Listen, you guys are losing me. Wrestling, the moment that I found out it was fake, I was done. And then I always wondered, I was like, do my friends know? Should I tell them? Because I don't want to ruin it for them.
Yes, we knew
but
it
was fake. do I like, what is it about you guys? How can you watch that shit knowing that it's not real?
Because it's fun. Did I ever tell you?
Wait a minute. Most of it's not real. You can't tell me it wasn't real when Papa Shango put a spell on the Undertaker and he started throwing up.
What about Mean Gene? Remember when he interviewed Mean Gene and he's like, he starts walking away, and Mean Gene's like, oh, thank God that's over. And then Papa Shango like turns around and he's like, and Mean Gene starts like bleeding like black stuff.
Oh yeah. You mean to tell me that was fake, John?
Remember, I don't know if you were there or not, but remember when my dad, we were watching WCW Nitro, and it was like the Four Horsemen were like the final match, and like my dad had come down earlier, and he's like, I don't know why you guys watch this shit. He's like, it's fake. I was like, Dad, it's fun. It's interesting. So my dad goes upstairs, comes down like midway through the Four Horsemen match, and I think it was like Arnie Anderson versus Macho Man or something like that. And then all of a sudden, it was like an Intercontinental title or something. And you can't lose a title on a disqualification. So every time the Four Horsemen would jump in the ring and they get disqualified, but the guy kept the title. And they did that, and my dad's like, "This is bullshit. They should have people around the rings. Hulk Hogan should be out there."
Yeah.
Jesus,
he was passionate. Your dad was passionate, buddy. Your dad was passionate.
I was like, they're just setting up a pay-per-view.
I remember when he almost beat the shit out of me for that one disagreement about Albert Bell and Manny Ramirez.
Yeah. You deserved it.
That's a legendary argument that we'll remember for life.
You would have deserved it.
I said Manny Ramirez is a better hitter than Albert Bell. He lunged towards me. All right. Any other final comments before we wrap it up, guys?
No, man, my ass hurts.
Yeah, this
It's been
was a
real.
long show.
It's been fun,
but it hasn't been real fun.
I'm out of Kool-Aid, so.
All right, take it easy, fam. Hit subscribe, and we'll see you next week on the Locker Room Rant.